Hi guys, welcome to another video by AntiquesArena. My name's Walter Neal and today we're going to have a bit of a vlog. I'm going to cover everything from home life, chat about the baby, all the way through to improvements made in the shop, plans, and just a general chit chat. Stay tuned, hope you enjoy. Okay, just quickly before we get going guys, if you love antiques, collectibles, you're in the reseller business, then don't forget to subscribe, because my channel's all about how-to videos. I go out buying antiques and I show you what everything's worth and how to identify it. So stake your claim guys, make sure you subscribe. If the videos help you and you like them, I would really appreciate a like and a share to help me keep creating videos. Let's get to it. Okay, so where do we start? Those of you who've been following me now for, well, since I've been doing the videos, a little over a year and a half, you'll know that we've recently had the most beautiful baby girl, Gracie Belle O'Neill. She was born 2nd of January 2019 and she is absolutely perfect. She's doing well. We've had some problems where she was allergic to the baby milk with the dairy protein and things. So she's on prescription milk now, proper dairy-free formulas. Because I know a few of you have been worried and you commented on my personal Facebook asking how she was and everything. Also my my partner, she's a lot better now after being rushed back in for the emergency op. So the baby and Jane are both doing really well, so thank you very much for all your concerns there. As you can imagine, with Christmas, the Christmas holidays, the baby being born, all the medical problems between my partner and the baby, I haven't really been open a lot during January. Not only have I not been open a lot, I haven't done a lot of car boot sales and haven't done a lot of videos. It's been a knock-on effect right the way through. I'd say throughout the entire January I was open for about 7 to 10 days in total for the entire month, which financially wasn't good obviously, to say the least, but also wasn't good for my regular customers that come in, well obviously regular. But it's February now and I am back in and up and running. 1st of February, well we're on the 2nd of February. We're on the 19th of February. Wow, where's the month gone? Obviously, throughout February, as I was saying, I started making plans on how can I improve the shop. One thing that I done was this, if I just tilt the camera here. For the last 6 months, I have had a shelf here with all jewellery. £10 budget jewellery in the window for sale for people to catch the eye of children and ladies now as they walk past, or even, you know, with boys who wanted a gift or Valentine's Day gift and things like that. And I must admit, I done really well in the beginning. Now I put the shelf there, board, whatever you want to call it, and it held about 50 or 60 necklaces. Now they were the necklaces I was buying at the car boot sales for 50p to £2 each, and I done a standard £10 a piece across the board on them, and I really did do well. I was selling 4, 5, 6 some days. I was certainly doing a dozen a week off that board in the window, which was really good. However, of late it's slowed right down, so for now I thought I'll give them a change. I haven't got rid of the board, I've put it in the back room for now. I've taken the silver jewellery off it, hung it up so it doesn't get tangled up, because I was a nightmare untangling silver jewellery. And I have filled it with some interesting pieces. I've pulled the old typewriter out, the massive microscope out, the industrial one. Some really nice pieces I've put in the window just to give it a change. In addition to that, let me see if I can turn the camera around. Can you see just sort of here? I done those wooden shelves I said I was going to do, and I've done them throughout the whole shop. Simply just made an extra shelf, and I will splice in a couple of photos at the end so you can actually see what they look like. Sorry guys, but what I have done is I've spliced in, I've put the shelves in the shelves that I want. Believe it or not, I freed up, I'd say for every cabinet's worth of shelf, that I added, and bearing in mind I only done the 3x1 shelf, so I put a plank of 3x1 across the back of all the shelves, and I freed up a good extra shelf per cabinet. So when you consider, I've got an extra 2 or 3 cabinets worth of stock in the shop now for putting in those little shelves. So that was really, really good. So I made some really good improvements in the shop, some changes. As I say, altered the window, put those little shelves in between the shelves, if you like. I've also moved some of the jewellery, the rings and that, from the shop onto eBay, brought in some more curiosity items. So all in all, I'm really pleased. The shop's looking absolutely amazing. I love everything in it. I'm really pleased with that. Shop sales are fine. eBay sales, wow. Now I know it's not just me, right? Because I'm on quite a few groups. I'm on Nick and Andrea Hill's The Tat Chat group on Facebook. I'm on Talking Antiques, which is a 70,000 plus strong group. I have my own group, AntiquesArena. I have my own page, AntiquesArena. And it is a common thread throughout all the groups that people have been struggling and had a very quiet January. Fortunately for me, mine was quiet because I wasn't putting the work in. But I've no doubt it would have been quiet anyway, just like everyone else. But what I found for this January, more than any other I've ever had, is I've had more failed sales, non-paying bidders, than I've ever had. I've been back on eBay, I think it's about 8 months now, 7-8 months. And in all that time, I haven't had a single person non-pay. I don't have returns and I don't have non-paying bidders. Basically, I make sure everything is described perfectly. If it's got a flaw, I tell them it's got a flaw. I'd rather tell them up front and them not bid than bid and send it back and cost me the return postage. It's just common sense. So I describe an item accurately. I have no interest in saying to people, oh, it's wonderful if it's heap. Right? I will tell it as it is. That's what it is. That's the condition of it. If you want it, bid on it. So I don't get returns. Very rare I have damages. However, I had 2. One damage and one walked parcel over Christmas, and I'll talk about them in a minute. But non-paying bidders, I think I had 6 throughout January and the beginning of February. Either 6 or 7 non-paying bidders. Now, when you consider sales were down anyway, to have non-paying bidders on top of that was, to be honest with you, a joke. Now, I haven't had a single non-paying bidder since I've been back online, yet in the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I've had over half a dozen. So low sales, low offers, you finally take an offer and you think, bugger it, I'm going to let it go, and then they mess you about and don't pay. I had one man knock over £100 off a ring. He said, look, I really can't afford it, I genuinely want this ring, I'm not going to mess you about, if you take my offer I will pay straight away. And I thought, do you know, we come in at the right money. I thought, alright, I'll have a bit of cash flow, I don't mind, I'll get that going, I'll put that money onto someone else, because I've had it a while. So I hit the buy it now, after this massive long email he gave me. And then he turned around and said, oh sorry, it's the wrong size, I don't want it. The size was in the title and the description. So there was a mess about. I've had another one. I had 100% perfect feedback on eBay. I don't, as I've said, I don't mess about. I describe things as they are. So there's no need to leave negative feedback. If you know exactly what you're getting. Now, I sold a gold ring this last week or two. And I go on my feedbacks. And what do I see? A feedback that reads, ring was repaired with inferior pearls, or something like that. Basically slagging it off. And left me in neutral. I didn't have a single email off this person to say, can I please return the ring? I'm not happy. I feel it's a repaired ring. And I didn't have a return request off them. They just decided to, out of the blue, destroy my 100% reputation on eBay with a neutral feedback, which they're within their rights to do. However, you would think, if they weren't happy, they would say to me, look, I'm really not happy. Do you mind if I just send it back? And I would have said, you know what? Send it back. I do free returns. Send it back. You haven't got a problem. But no, they haven't asked for their money back. They haven't asked to return it. They haven't asked for partial refund. They just hit me on a neutral feedback. Then, 10 days later, because I totally ignored the feedback, I thought, you know, I'm not getting into an argument with you on feedbacks. And, you know, having to go to you for ruining my reputation when you could have just said, can I please return it? Didn't even email me to say they weren't happy. They had the cheek then last night to email me and say, well, where's my reply to my feedback? They were basically looking to provoke an argument and a response. So I just ignored it. If they want to return the item, they can file a return request and return the item. But why would you destroy somebody's 100% feedback rating purely because, you know, well, they haven't even emailed me. If they weren't happy, I would have took it back. I stand by every single thing I sell. If they're not 100% happy, send it back. Not a problem at all. So that's eBay. I had trouble with Royal Mail over Christmas. I had one parcel get smashed in the post where the gentleman in question was more worried about the cut on his hand. In fact, I was to the point where I thought he was going to sue me for cutting his hand on the broken glass. I had to obviously refund him for the item. I sold a lamp for £150 and Royal Mail smashed it. Now it cost me £28 to send it, or £25 or £28 to send it. It was a heavy piece. I was devastated that they destroyed it. And this lamp was an inch thick of glass, the crystal. It was that thick. You could hit it with a hammer and crack it. So God knows what they done. They must have drove over the box. That's all I can think of. So I lost best part of £200 there. No claim. They refused. Then I sent a gold necklace by first class recorded by mistake instead of special delivery, and it walked. Didn't arrive at the destination, still lost somewhere in the Royal Mail system. So I goes to Royal Mail. I said, fine, well, it comes with £50 insurance on first class recorded. And they said, oh no, you've sent gold in the post, so we're not covering that. Now, I can understand if they say you send glass in a service that's not provided, we're not careful enough, so if it gets broken, that's your own fault. We should have known it was glass in there and it would have gone through a special service, fine. But to say you've sent a sign for, we've lost it, and we're not going to pay out the insurance on that level of mail because you sent gold or money, because we know our workers are going to steal it. That's basically how I felt, or how it came across to me. Not because any other reason. They simply said, oh, well, you send gold in that service, you're not allowed, you're not covered. Why am I not covered for loss if you lose my item for the £50 because I've sent gold? Something very fishy there with Royal Mail, so I'm really not happy. So I am considering, I'm going to Ofcom, which is the regulator, and I'm going to contact Ofcom to put a claim in for the two items, one they broke and one they lost, and see what I get. And to be honest with you, I may even do a small claims against Royal Mail and see where I stand with that. And if I do, I'll film it all from start to finish, just purely because it'll be interesting to see if we can sue them and get our money back, because the service they're offering is appalling. It was only a month or two ago I saw a video circulating on YouTube where a courier company, and I'm not going to name names because I'm not 100% on which one it was, but they were filmed, parked the van up, and they were booting and throwing parcels over a fence to get rid of them. Now I know it made the news and the parcels have been recovered and delivered, but if that's the way they're treating them, did you see the video this week where the way Royal Mail, and it was on the news, Royal Mail was being interviewed, and in the background they were throwing parcels across the room into the boxes. That was actually on the news. That's how they were handling our mail. Disgusting. For the price they charge, it's disgusting the service they provide. So that's where we're at anyway. I had problems with the mail over Christmas. I've had, obviously, shops been shut quite a bit. What I have decided to start doing is, while I'm trapped in the shop, I've started scouring through eBay, looking for really nice pieces on eBay while it's quiet. And I've just released a video, the last video I put out, showing some pieces I bought. I bought a beautiful twin-handled solid silver sugar bowl for 29p a gram. I bought a Berlin porcelain chocolate cup for £22. There was other things I bought, some really, really nice items. So I'm going to start doing the odd film on showing me trolling through eBay, looking for things to buy, and when they buy them, do they come and do they fit the description, things like that. I'm going to look a bit more into that. And I'm also considering, haven't got there yet, I put out on Facebook yesterday whether or not people would be interested if I turned my CCTV cameras, and I've got a lot of them in the shop, throughout the whole shop, everywhere. I think it's 8 cameras in total, yeah. I asked whether anyone would be interested in watching if I'd done a live stream from the shop. So you can see people coming in, see them looking around, see what they buy, see what they bring in, sell to me, and so forth. And I'm having mixed reviews. Some people saying yes, because there's another gentleman that does it, Craigslist Hunter. I did check out his videos earlier, which not bad at all. But he does it where he shows things coming into the shop and things like that, and they'd have a general talk. Fair play, he's got nearly 100,000 followers, so he's been doing it a while. So that was encouraging, and I was thinking, do I or don't I? And I was thinking, well, looking at his followers, yes, people will do it. But then I, at the same time, I had a gentleman comment on another group saying that somebody tried it in his town and it caused chaos and nothing but trouble for him. And the one thing I don't want is arguing and fighting or whatever at the shop here, because people are being filmed, and I don't want it to cost me my shop by people not coming in. So I'm umming and ahhing in a minute. I still haven't decided. I'm considering it, but I'm not sure. I think that's about it. At the end of the video, stay tuned for some photographs, obviously, of the shelves. And we found photographs of Mountain Ash, this little area of Mountain Ash, going back 20-30 years ago. And I'm going to do a before photograph where you can see the shop next to me that I tried to buy, and the shop I'm actually renting 30 years ago, and see them then today. The derelict shop there, and then my shop here. So it'd be interesting for you to see the before and after photographs at the end of the video, guys. Just check my little list, make sure I've covered everything I wanted to talk about, and I think I have. If there's anything you want me to cover in my next vlog, please feel free to leave a comment below, or if there's anything you want to say or comment anyway, you know, leave a comment. I get back to everybody in time, and I will splice in 1 or 2 photos of the baby for you as well. So there'll be some photos of the baby, the shop, the shelves, everything all at the end. So stay tuned, guys, for the photos. I really hope you've enjoyed. Thanks very, very much for watching. And before I go, I gotta thank you. I'm up 3,200 subscribers almost. I can't thank you enough. It's down to you, everybody who shares the videos, who likes the videos, who comments. Seriously, thank you very much. Bye for now, guys.